So, Klaus is here with Monica, his work at Ontario Parks, and is going to help Klaus ask a few questions. Hello, Monica.
Hello.
What 4B shows is on tonight?
Well, tonight's shows. Pay attention now. Pay attention.
Klaus
Focus.
just get distracted for 1 second.
Tonight's shows, we have a show playing at 7 o'clock. And then
What else?
tomorrow we have a slideshow about the pileated woodpecker, which is the largest woodpecker in North America.
No, I think you for me wrong with that. Klaus have the largest woodpecker in North America. Okay, so Klaus is going to movie tonight and watch all about Earth and worms and peckers of flying birds.
The fun days when I first started the channel. You remember that? Those were the good old days. I had high hopes for that series. You know, I started the channel back then and thought, let's do something fun and funny, involving the great outdoors and fresh air and beautiful girls and something everyone will enjoy. Nobody watched it. Nobody gives a fuck about camping. So I locked myself in the basement and started concentrating on pixel tanks. And that's what you get. That's what you get. That's what you're gonna get. And because fuck camping. Who needs the great outdoors and fun-loving, good old wholesome comedy? We could just watch, another tank game. And why not watch a German one of those ones without a turret? And because why not? That's what you get. That's what you came here for. Look. Oh, it's one of those premium tanks that you can win if you lock yourself in your basement and play 17,000 games and complete the 2 campaigns of missions. You win one of those things. There's the second shot. You're dead. How do you enjoy your new free tank that you ground for 11 months in your basement? It's your reward. It's your reward for completing the second campaign in its entirety. It's your reward for locking yourself in your basement and never going out. Fresh air, the great outdoors, wholesome living, pretty girls. Fuck that! Played 17,000 games. Locked yourself down there, never went out, never went camping, never talked to a pretty girl. Just concentrate on that game and win that tank. You're dead. Move on to the next game. Concentrate on the third campaign. Lock yourself down there for another 14 months and play another 11,000 games and complete every mission. All 15 missions for each tank class so you can win the third reward tank, that T-55A, which is basically a copy of the Russian T-54, but the T-54's been buffed, so it's not as good now. You couldn't have a German reward tank that had a gun that had better stats than the T-54. They buffed the T-54 gun and the turret because why not? What do you think? What do you think you're going to do? Go out and go camping? Smell the fresh air and the wholesome living? Fuck that! You're going to keep grinding! Keep grinding! But I digress. Oh, by the way, did I mention who this is? It's Henshin 1991 from the 4 War clan. Shut up, hey you guys! And he's in the Jagd Tiger, that German tank that's slow, doesn't have a turret, but it has a pretty good gun. And he's in Paris. And we're watching this because who the hell wants to watch a funny video about camping and pretty girls? Huh? Is that what you want? If you are intrigued, actually, I will leave a link in the top right corner of the eye, and you can go check out my camping videos that no one watched and is completely unpopular and never generated 1 cent of revenue for me. But I'm plugging it now because, you got to get out. You're staring at the screen. How long have you been playing? Even Dr. Phil says playing video games all day is bad for you. But yes. Anyway, making a long story short, or a short story long, or not sure which one. We're watching Kenshin 1991 in his Jagd Tiger. And he's in Paris, and he's going to show us how to have a great game in this tank. Because why not? It doesn't get, it's not much more to it than that. It's basically a guy in a tank, and he drives around, and he shoots a lot of people, and then he gets on YouTube, and we watch it, and we go, whoa, look at that, wow, I love that, right? That's as good as it gets for some of us. Some of you lead pathetic lives. Some of you never get out. But I thank you. It's because of your pathetic ineptness and your addiction to a silly pixel tank game and your willingness to sit in your room or your basement and watch relentlessly is what keeps me going. So it's a win-win, really. You know, you have to look at the bright side. And look at this. Sliding off there and just, you know, why not? Wow, that was worth watching. Oh, boy. Speaking of camping, it's spring. So I've got, you know, in spring up here where it's been cold all winter, you start getting the fever. You want to get out there, right? You want to enjoy the great outdoors again. The days are getting longer. The birds are coming back. And speaking of this particular topic, the birds coming back, it just got me thinking about everything. You ever notice that wherever you're from, you are brainwashed into thinking things a certain way? And here up north in Canada, I remember going to school and being taught some things and nodding and thinking I was learning. And it's only through time and wisdom and experience that I realized that almost everything that I've ever been taught or been exposed to is all bullshit. Even basic silly little things that you would not even think are bullshit, like when I was in grade school and the teacher was kind of just teaching us about animals and simple little things, and the ducks. There's a duck called the Canada goose. I guess it's not a duck, it's a goose. We call it the Canada goose. There's probably other countries that call it something else. It's a goose, and there's a lot of them here in the summer, and we call it the Canada goose. And we were taught in school that the Canada geese are Canadian, and like all birds, they live here, and they fly south for the winter. And then they come back here, where they're from and where they live. And, you know, we all nodded and said, oh, yeah, we all learned this, right? The birds, they all live here, and they fly south for the winter. And then as you get older and you experience life, and you're playing this pixel game in your basement for 7 or 9 or 11 months while it's bitterly cold and miserable outside because there's nothing else to do, you start thinking and your mind wanders and you go, what about the fucking birds? They're all south. They're smart. They've left this shithole while I'm still here waiting for spring. And then it clicks and you realize, wait a minute. If they're down south for 9 months of the year, somewhere warm, having a good time, and then they fly here in the summer for 2 months, and then leave when it starts getting cold again, why the fuck would we even think that they're from here? They're from down south, and they come here for the summer and leave. They're not from here and go south for the winter. They live down south and they come here for the summer, both months of the summer. What we learned in school is bullshit. Even the birds know. We're not from there. We're not fucking Canadian. We live in Mexico. We come there in the summer to have our little baby birds because there's no predators up there in the summer because nothing fucking lives up there. It's safe. We live down south. We come there for the summer. We migrate north for the summer. We're from the south. And you realize it. It finally clicks. You finally put 2 and 2 together and you realize it. And what you really realize is, holy shit, I need to get out more. That's the point of it. Is you go stir crazy up here. It's fucking cold for 11 months. And then there's 10 months of cold, and then there's 2 months where the mosquitoes come out. Basically, that's what it is. And you get to watch a lot of these games. Look at this. I guess he did pretty good. But I've got the spring fever. You know, it's got to get out and enjoy the wholesome weather and the sun and the birds and the woodpeckers and all that stuff. And if you're in the mood, check out some of my camping videos because why not?
As well as we have a slideshow about the invasion of the spruce budworm.
The spruce budworms?
Yeah, so you can see...
Is same kind of worm is used to make Budweiser?
You mean tequila? Not that I know what that is. But no.
Oh, Monica for to be wit, smart one. Klaus like.